Hey Maggie, what are you doing?
Hello, Pastor Jeff. I'm practicing my bouncing skills, but I'm having a hard time.
Do you want some help? You might not know this, but I used to be pretty good at bouncing balls.
Sure, that would be great. I get it now. I think I know what I was doing wrong. I didn't have enough direction with the ball. When you started to bounce with me, I could see the difference from what I was doing before.
Yes, I think that was the problem, and I'm glad you figured it out. You needed to have a purpose in what you were doing. There needs to be a plan. You know, this kind of reminds me of God.
You're a pastor. Everything reminds you of God.
Well, you're right. A lot of things do.
So how does bouncing a ball remind you of God?
Well, when God created the world, He bounced to us a perfect earth. And in this perfect earth, God and man were best friends. They had a great relationship.
Oh, I see. But then Adam and Eve sinned, right? It's
That-
almost like they took God's beautiful world and bounced back a broken world.
Unfortunately, yes. And it wasn't just Adam and Eve that sinned. It was all mankind that sinned. You sin and I sin. When we choose to be greater than God and not trust Him, we bounce back with our sin, and that causes us to have a broken relationship with God. But the story doesn't end there, right?
I know it doesn't end there. I know that God has a new plan for us to have a relationship with Him, and that's through Jesus.
You are right, Maggie. God sent His Son Jesus to die for us on the cross. Jesus did this to take the punishment for our sin so that once again we can have a relationship with God. But now you need to do something about what God did.
What do you mean?
Well, you're holding the ball, right? When we come to a place where we understand what Jesus did for us, we need to respond. And some people choose to drop the ball and walk away. Some people choose to tell God that they understand what He did for them. And they want to commit their life to God, who wants to have a friendship with them forever.
I understand.
I knew you did. And the great thing is that when you admit you're a sinner and ask God to take control of your life, your relationship with God goes back to that perfect relationship God designed from the very beginning.
So what do I do now?
Well, now you're ready to bounce the ball to someone else. You can now share with your friends about what you want to know about God.
You know, Pastor Jeff, sometimes it's hard to talk about Jesus. I don't always know how to share. Maybe I could just invite my friends to bounce a ball and I can share about Jesus.
That is a great idea, especially now that you're great at bouncing. You can share about Jesus, invite a friend to church, or even just share something that God has done for you recently. The most important thing is to keep the ball bouncing. Great job, Maggie.
Hey, Micah, do you want to play bounce ball with me?
Yeah, sure, but I'm not good at it.
Don't worry, I just learned how to do this and I can teach you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You know, this kind of reminds me about God.